Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aylin and today we are going to be doing my last book haul of the year. So I have broken this haul up into different sections. Hopefully I didn't forget any books. Hopefully there aren't any repeats of books, but no promises. So I'm gonna do this as quickly as possible. If there are any books that I get at the end of the year as like gifts or something like that, or I buy impulsively, I'll just include them in the first haul that I do next year. Without further ado, let's just dive in. There are like 40 books here, so this is about average for me. Starting off with poetry and like literary fiction. How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. This is the author of The Midnight Library. I haven't heard nearly as much about this, but I have heard amazing things about The Midnight Library. This one was a birthday gift from a couple of my close friends. They got me a few books for my birthday. And this was one of them, and I am so freaking excited and so happy. They did such a good job picking out books. I was very impressed. I don't know what this one is about. Oh, this is about a man who's been alive for centuries. He's not supposed to fall in love, but he just might. Wow. Okay, this sounds so good. And it has short chapters, which we know I love. Then for poetry, they also got me the same couple that got me that book, got me Velvet Dragonflies by Billy Chapata. This has potential to be one of my favorite books of the freaking year. I'm about a third of the way through it. It's the best poetry book that I have literally ever read. I'm resonating so much with it. They did such a good job. So yeah, thank you to Cooper and Audra. I appreciate you. I love you guys so much. This is incredible. And I don't know that I would have picked it up on my own, but the back in and of itself says, being loved feels warm. Loving yourself feels like the entire sun inside of you. You guys have to go pick this up. It's the perfect book that I needed at the perfect time, and I'm just blown away. Like, the very first poem in here is, "Silly me, I was the right person for me all along." It's just so fitting. And then the other two poetry books that I bought myself were Flowers on the Moon. This is by the same author because I saw that he had another book and one of my best friends has been telling me to read this for such a long time. So I was like, okay, sold. Since I'm loving his other book so much, I have to try this one out as well. And then I also picked up Please Love Me at My Worst by Michaela Angemere. This one I have already read. We'll talk about it in my December wrap up, but I'm just like loving poetry at the moment, so these were great. Then we'll move into special editions. The first one was one that I bought for my mom, and I bought myself a copy as well, and that is The Land of Stories, The Wishing Well by Chris Colfer. This is the exclusive 10th anniversary edition. It has gilded edges, a beautiful freaking cover. There's art inside. Like, it's just so beautiful. I love this series. It holds so much nostalgia for me. So when I saw this, I knew I had to grab a copy for my mom and I have since given it to her for Christmas. It was an early Christmas gift. I'm very excited. Then I picked up We Are the Light by Matthew Quick. I feel like I've heard of him before, but I don't know what he's written. Like, I've read what he has written, but none of it sounds familiar, so I don't know why his name sounds familiar. But this one, the like caption that Book of the Month had for it was very intriguing. Plus it said it was short, and that was kind of what I was looking for to get me out of a reading slump. It seems like it's going to be like a literary fiction drama type of thing, which we all know I love. And then the last one that I got was The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. I have heard amazing things about this one. I think this was like a horror selection. This one is basically Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca during the Mexican War of Independence. And I've heard amazing things about this one, so I'm very, very excited. Moving on to some more thrillers, since that's pretty much all I had from Book of the Month. I took myself shopping on my birthday and got myself a few different books. So the first couple that I got were both thrillers, mysteries. So I have The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I've seen this one around for quite a while, and again, it has short chapters, which helps me when I'm in a reading slump, so I'm very excited about this one. This one is set in a retirement village where all of these elderly people get together, and on Thursday they discuss unresolved crimes, and then one day I believe a person comes up unalived and they are trying to solve the mystery. Plus, if I like that one, there are more books out now, so I can continue on with a fun series, which always makes me happy. And then I picked up Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. This one is a Hulu show, but again, it just really piqued my interest because the tagline on the back says, "Everyone remembers the one. No, not that one. The other one. The wrong one. The one you couldn't let go of. the one you'll never forget. And then at the bottom it says, with psychological insight and biting wit, Tell Me Lies chronicles the yearning ambitions, desires, and dilemmas of young adulthood and the difficulty of letting go even when you know you should. I've heard about this one for quite a while, but apparently it's really popular now, so I just decided, why not? Plus, hopefully I can watch the Hulu adaptation once I've read it if I enjoy this. And then the last one that I picked up was Five Survive by Holly Jackson. This is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition, and this is the same author who wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite series of all time. No, I haven't read the last book. Yes, I promise I will, and I will vlog it. I'm saving it. I don't know what for, I'm just saving it. Either way, Five Survive is out now and I could not be more excited. It's just such a pretty cover, like look at it, look at it. And then we'll go on to graphic novels and manga. The only volume of manga that I have is Orochi Volume 2. This is the Perfect Edition. I read Volume 1 like during the summer, I think, and I enjoyed it okay. I'm just looking for more manga cons to read outside of Junji Ito because while I love Junji Ito, I also want more outside of like body horror, and I want to like make sure that I have other authors to read from once I have finished all of his work, which will be a very sad day, but yes. Then I picked up a few books to read for like a Halloween reading vlog that didn't end up happening because I was just having a rough go of it. So I picked up The Witch Boy by Molly Knox Ostertag. I've been wanting to read this one for a while. This one is about a boy who lives in a world where boys grow up to be werewolves and girls grow up to be witches, but he is a witch boy and not everyone is very accepting of that. I loved the other book that I read by this author, which was The Girl from the Sea, I believe. That one was just so heartwarming and it's one of my favorite graphic novels, so I was very excited to pick this one up. And then I've had my eye on these for quite a while. They kind of give me Land of Stories vibes, if I'm gonna be honest. So I picked up Hooky Volume 1 and Volume 2. These were originally published as webtoons, and they're now obviously graphic novels, which is super exciting. It's about twins who are on their way to magic school when they miss the bus, and because they miss the bus, they are like exiled and on the most wanted list because their like country thinks that it was intentional. So along the way they meet up with a bunch of misfits and I think they're saving the day from something. Then on an impulse I picked up Monstrous Volume 5 and Monstrous Volume 6. These again are the Barnes & Noble exclusive editions, so they came with like posters and stuff and they have different covers and I think that they're so freaking pretty. Like just look at that. I have only read the first 2 volumes in this series, so I need to get on that and change it very quickly, but either way I'm excited. This has such good reviews, so I know it's a series that I will love once I actually sit down and rededicate my time to it. And the last graphic novel that I got is Lore Olympus Volume 3. This is by Rachel Smythe, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. This is a graphic novel series that I love. It's one of my favorites. I actually got a tattoo kind of for it. It's a Hades and Persephone retelling. This is also originally a webtoon, so again just very cool, but this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I have already read it, loved it. This series means so freaking much to me. And lastly, the most exciting category to me, romance. So the first 2 that we have are Colleen Hoover books. We have It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover and Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I heard from Nitty Ready Reads that this is her favorite Colleen Hoover and she's not a huge Colleen Hoover fan. So if she's not a huge Colleen Hoover fan and this one is the best to her, maybe it's the best all around. Like I know it's definitely not the most popular, but this is about Merit who likes to steal things and she's tired of keeping up with her family's like facade of being perfect. So it sounds like it might have some thrillery elements to it, which I love in Colleen Hoover. I loved Verity. And this one is the sequel to It Ends With Us, which I liked pretty well, but I was satisfied with that ending. So I'm doing a reading vlog for it to see if this was like necessary. Then from Rylan, who is the absolute best, I got The Air by Sophie Lark in the discreet cover. This book is freaking massive, by the way. I was not expecting it to be 500 freaking pages, but it is. This is a friends to lovers mafia romance at a freaking mafia boarding school. Are you kidding me with that premise? I just recently finished Heavy Crown. I am not ready to talk about it yet. It was so freaking good. She's here. She's here and she's beautiful and I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Rylan. I can't wait. This is following Leo, Anna, and Dean, and I believe the romance is between Leo and Anna. Childhood friends to lovers? It's taking everything in me to not pick this up right now, but I'm in the middle of so many other books that like it's challenging. Then I have the first 3 books in a series. The first 2 I bought myself for my birthday. So we have Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. This one is a Hades and Persephone inspired mafia romance, and I mean, I think you guys can tell clear as day that I love a mafia romance, so I'm very excited about this one. Plus, I love Hades and Persephone. Like I said, I have a Hades and Persephone tattoo now. And then I also got Vipers and Virtuosos. This one is Eurydice and Orpheus, I believe. And then Oaths and Omissions. This is the last book that Audrey and Cooper got for me for my birthday, which I very much appreciate. I'm so excited. This one is a Helen of Troy and Trojan War inspired romance. All of the covers in this series are freaking stunning, so I'm so excited that I'm finally reading them because I've been wanting to own them for such a long time. Then a couple more self-published books. We have Thrive and Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. These are like the Addicted novels. So this one is in the Addicted series and this is in the Calloway Sisters series. And then a random one that I picked up one day was Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. The back really intrigued me because the tagline says a missed connection, a second chance at love. And it seems like a Grumpy Sunshine type of thing. So I'm excited. And then I bought a bunch of Christmas romances. Well, holiday romances. So of course, the first one that I bought was A Very Merry Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. This is one of my favorite romance series of all time. How could I not read it? This one, we are following Colton Wheeler, who is a country music star, and Gretchen, who is an immigration lawyer. It's a Grumpy Sunshine where she is the grump and he is the sunshine. It's so good. Colton is head over heels for Gretchen and she kind of has to be convinced. And I freaking adored this book. It was so good. If you're looking for a holiday romance, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Then I picked up There's Something About Mary by Cody Hall. I've seen so many people pick this up this year, which is very interesting to me because I picked up Nick and Noelle's Christmas playlist last year and I didn't see anybody reading that. And this is the second book in that series. So I'm excited. I need to finish the first book because I started it last year and didn't finish it, but I need to finish the first book and then read this one. And then I wanted some like Hanukkah romances, so I picked up Helena Greer's Season of Love. This one is a sapphic Hanukkah romance and I'm so excited. I mean, how freaking cute is this cover? I can't get over it. They're so cute. And then this one I just kind of picked up on a whim because I recognized the author, and that is Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogel. This is the author of You Deserve Each Other. I know nothing about this book. The holidays were never her thing until she unwittingly summons the holiday spirit before her very eyes. Oh, so maybe it's kind of like a Christmas Carol type of retelling? Maybe? I have no idea. And the last book that I have to haul for you guys and the last holiday romance that I picked up was A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This one, I'm already obsessed with it and I'm like 50 pages into it. Basically, we are following B, I believe, B Hobbs, who is an adult film star, and she's been trying to kind of make her way into traditional like TV and movie business, but her producer or her manager or something like that was like, no, like just kind of stick with what you're good at. One day when her producer or her manager, whoever, like her agent, I don't know, I'm not well versed in this stuff, but that person, he's like trying to produce this Hope Flicks, which is essentially like the Hallmark Channel Christmas movie. The main actress that they had hired is like out. They have to hire B instead. And her co-star, who is kind of going to be opposite her in this film, has been a really big fan of her work for a very long time, and they're both trying to kind of clean up their reputations because for this Hope Flicks channel you need to kind of have a squeaky clean record, almost like Disney clean, where you can't essentially be a human. It's a lot of pressure to like keep all of that under wraps, but he recognizes her and he was in a boy band growing up, so she recognizes him. He was like a big crush of hers, and they're very nervous to be working with each other and neither of them knows that. It's entertaining already. It's great. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be so freaking cute, and again, like all of these covers are so adorable. But that is it for my last book haul of the year. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're all doing well, reading, mentally, and otherwise. Let me know if you've gotten any new books, whether it be from the library, Kindle Unlimited, or like you've just purchased them like I have. I would love to know and hear what you guys have been reading recently, but other than that, that's going to be it from me. I love you all so much. I hope you're doing well, reading, mentally, and otherwise, and I really hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!